Good morning. I am Ravishwari Bhatt from JNP Udupi. Today we are going to learn the poem Fire and Ice. The poem Fire and Ice is written by Robert Frost, and Robert Frost is a big name in the poetry of English. Robert Frost has written so many poems. The poems he has written are very simple in nature, but they have very serious meaning. Though they are very simple in nature. Now, let us know something about Robert Frost before we begin. Let us see, this is Robert Frost, and let us know a short biography of the poet now. Robert Frost is an American poet, and he is the recipient of so many famous and prestigious awards such as Pulitzer Prize. He is also called the Poet Laureate of Vermont. We know he has already written many poems, and we have already studied this poet, Robert Frost's poem, that is Road Not Taken. If you remember, last year we have studied Road Not Taken, and we know that Robert Frost makes use of very simple everyday situations and ordinary peoples in order to portray very big serious issues also. We have already studied the poem The Dust of Snow, where we could see that he makes use of very ordinary things such as dust of snow, crow or hemlock tree or such very simple things, but the message he wants to deliver is very profound, very serious. So that is the ability of Robert Frost. The poem that we are going to study today is Fire and Ice. Let us take up the first paragraph of the poem at the beginning. Some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. The poem goes on. But if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. Let us take up the first paragraph of the poem. The first paragraph of the poem is, so before coming to the poem, I would like to ask you, can you guess what might be the poet's idea behind the poem? You just make a guesswork of your own, and then we will come to the poem. Now, next, the first paragraph of the poem is, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. We know that many people often discuss regarding the end of the world. They say, if the global warming continues like this, the world will end up one or the other day. The sun may grow hotter and the earth may end. The life on earth may perish entirely, wiped out one or the other day. Some people say like this. Whereas some people argue saying that, no, it is not because of fire. It may be the ice, it may be coldness, or it may be change in the climatic situation, climatic condition that may cause the end of this earth, that may wipe out the entire life on earth. So people argue in different ways. They debate each other, saying that some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. The poet considers both things, both elements. Very beautifully, another important thing that we have to note, people may be discussing the possibility of end of life through fire or through ice. But very beautifully, the poet is connecting those two elements to human emotions. He doesn't say yes or no. He doesn't say yes, the world will end in fire or even in ice. He gave them due importance. At the same time, very beautifully, he connects them to human emotions. Because whether the world will end in fire or end in ice, But it is all human emotion that is bringing about a lot of change on this earth, in this world. So now he says, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire. Now he makes a comparison of fire with desire. Desire, want, fiery desire. Human desire, human greed can be so powerful or more powerful than fire. Because fire can go on lapping up, destroying everything that comes on its way. And he says desire is equally competent of destroying like fire. Fiery desire, the desire which is not controlled, which goes out of our control, can be very destructive, can cause damage, annihilate that comes on its way. That is so powerful. So now he makes a comparison of fire with desire and says that I hold with those who favor fire. I hold with those, I agree with those who say that fire can end this world. Fire can destroy this world. And very ably, he also compares fire with desire. And in this first paragraph, he wants to argue, he wants to debate that like fire, desire, want, greed, one very competent, very important human emotion has the power of fire, can destroy everything that comes on its way. Man on his path to succeed, to get one or the other thing, one after the other, his want has no limitation, and it can be so powerful like fire and can destroy anything that comes on its way. So, though he doesn't exactly say how human emotion can kill or destroy things, he just makes the comparison of fire with desire and wants to prove and say that fire is equally, desire is equally powerful as fire. In the second paragraph, so you see this is a desire, picture of a desire, and in the second paragraph, now he says, if it had to perish twice, so the entire world can perish either by fire or by human want, desire. If it had to perish twice, given second chance, he wants to say, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction, ice is also great and would suffice. Now, in the second paragraph, in the first paragraph, he agreed with those who said that fire and desire has the ability to destroy everything. Whereas in the second paragraph, the poet wants to argue that ice is also very capable. It is also powerful. It also has all the ability to destroy things. And very beautifully here, he makes the comparison of ice with hate. He wants to say that hate is also so competent like ice, because you see, when a person becomes filled with hatred, he becomes so cold, he is so numb, he doesn't feel anything, he just feels that his hate should work out. He wants to destroy the person or thing. So he compares hate with ice. If ice can destroy things, in the similar way, this coldness of hate, we say cold-blooded murder. So a person who doesn't feel at all when he is murdering the other person. So he doesn't make comparison of hate with fire, but he makes a comparison of hate with ice. Because when the hatred becomes too much, a person becomes numb. He becomes insensitive. He is senseless. He doesn't have any kind of sense or sensitivity towards the other. So he makes a comparison of hate with ice and says here, yes, of course, like fire, ice can also destroy the whole world. And at the same time, he makes the comparison of human emotion, that is hate. Hate can also destroy. When one country destroys the other country, it doesn't feel warm, it doesn't feel anything. Instead, numb, it is insensitive, and it can just annihilate, wipe out everything without any feeling, So the poet makes a comparison of fire with desire and ice with hate, and wants to prove that the two components such as fire and ice are capable of killing or destroying the entire world. At the same time, human emotions such as hate and desire, want or greed are also capable of destroying anything on this world or in the human relationships. The relationships can be destroyed by any of these two human emotions. That is what the poet wants to prove, and at the same time he wants to give a message that unless we control our emotions, unless we check our emotions, we cannot have better relationship with others. We cannot have a better world outside. If we want a better world, beautiful world outside, of course we have to take care of fire, we have to take care of ice, maybe we have to think of global warming. All these things are necessary, but at the same time our relationship is also important to have a better life on this earth. Not only it is important to live, it is important to have a life. To have a life, we need to check our emotions, we have to take care of our feelings and our work with others. How do we do? What do we do with others? That is also important. So now we have the picture of hate and ice, which the poet has compared. Now we say the word that we come across in the lesson is perish. Perish is to die. So you have the picture here, prosper or perish. You can say the same tree has perished in one way, the one side, but the other hand it is prospering, prosper or perish. And suffice means sufficient. That is also enough. Now let us see the analysis of the poem, the important areas of the poem. People say that the earth will end in one or the other way, but how it would end is a subject vastly debated upon. Here in the poem, Frost weighed both possibilities of earth being destroyed by fire or ice, and he considered to be potential elements capable of destroying anything. Fire and ice are capable of destroying anything. Probably Frost is struck by both ideas such that he expresses his opinion in the form of a poem, where he says that it can definitely end in fire, but at the same time he could not overlook the destructive potentials of ice, and says, given second chance, ice also can equally be destructive. It can be destructive. Both can be equally destructive. And then he also discussed the human emotions, which are also capable of doing it. Now, the world may end in fire or may even by ice. The poet supports those who say by fire, but he feels ice is also so powerful and has all the potential. Though he feels cold, it can be equally destructive as fire. So, the poem is like this. The summary of the poem, also we have seen, this is the summary of the poem, where the poet indifferently speaks about the two human emotions, which are very powerful, desire and hate. So this is the rhyming scheme that we see in the lesson, A, B, B, A. In the second paragraph, it is B, C, B, C and B. Rhyming scheme is this. We can try doing this. The students can try it. These are all the different human emotions, and we can try finding out what are these emotions stand. Do they stand for fire, or are they giving the example of ice? And okay. Last of all, we have this homework. I hope the students will try all these homeworks. Exaggerated human emotions may bring the end of this earth much before. Discuss. You can think whether that is true or false. Do you agree with the poet's idea, support incident from your life to prove the statement? So whether you agree with human emotion, what are the power of human emotion, what is the power of human emotion, and you can give some examples of hatred that has caused us a little bit of difficulty or destruction in your life, and prove. Do you think much discussed global warming may end the earth? Elaborate. These are the questions I want the students to try. Thank you.